Alrighty, February 14th of 2025, I went blinder. Honestly, I'm gonna blame it on that city dude with his cell phone. Here, look at the pictures. He handed me the cell phone. I'm looking in his, a city government worker cell phone who's got a fucking hard-on for me and wants to take me out and the rest of my family as if he's a nice guy, to telling me to get rid of everything. You heard it, people. Everything. All right. Now, the reason I'm suspicious about the cell phone giving off energy weapons with a push of a button, especially if you're a government worker or a gang stalker, okay? Working for the government, because it's the government that is the major gang stalkers in the community, because they're the ones that come into your life through different agencies that manipulate the household for an end goal that benefits them and their fiscal budgets, as money is being funneled into their portfolio under that particular ministry. So whether it's the justice system, the healthcare system, child services system, there's various systems, right? Okay, so, and the reason I say I'm thinking like this, because we already know energy weapons go through my house and go through my yard. There's no disputing that, people, okay? So, and we know it's a rental, and we know that we're dealing with people that will do anything for money, including zapping other people for science experiments with kickbacks in terms of a financial reward for allowing whoever that sets up the equipment to do this shit so that they can collect the data and build on their energy weapons and fine-tune them or whatever, because they need test subjects, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what was it? We just did a video on it. Oh, I got this. We're gonna talk about this in a minute here. Was it April of 2023? Or was it, I don't know. I just did a video on it. I'm so stressed out. I got so much pressure. I'm dizzy. My eyes got worse. Like, fuck, man, you don't even know. Like, in the space of 2 days, like, whoa. When my landlord came with her son and they looked at the windows and then they took me out to the front where I have documented energy weapons going through the grass. Anyway, when I was talking to her son, my back was turned to my landlady who was behind me. And when I turned around to look at her, I don't have a cell phone, people. I don't use cell phones, okay? She had her cell phone pointing right at me with a big smirk on her face. Whatever. Okay. They took me to the front. I got zapped. I came inside. My eyes clouded over for over an hour. I got scared, but what could I do, right? It wasn't like I wasn't trying to get a referral to go see an eye specialist to get eye drops, because I was, phoning. But, I was one of those individuals in the province who fell through the cracks because of orders that ended up becoming policy. So if you tried to sue the government for the orders that prevented you from getting eye drops because of policy, because it's policy, it'd be thrown out of court. So that's what I mean by gang stalking, okay? Because if I could have gotten a referral in a timely manner, I might not be as blind as I am today. And we can blame the government of British Columbia, Canada, for that one, with their orders coming in under that quote-unquote pandemic that ended up becoming policy. And because it became government policy, it's not, you can't dispute it in a court of law. Never mind go into a court of law and expect to find a judge that hasn't been bought off. To throw things out, that is. All right. So with that said, and her, having that thing right on me, right in my direction and smirking at me, and then me going like, whatever, I always wonder, because, it's like, you know those fairy tales where maybe Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is walking through the forest, if I remember the story correctly, and she runs into an old woman that looks like a fucking hag with an apple, but pretends to be nice because she's old, and has Sleeping Beauty take a bite out of the apple so that she can knock her out and keep her in a dormant state for the rest of her life in terms of sleeping, and right. Same thing with the one with the spindle. What was that story? Who had the spindle with the old hag coming, the old woman, and made the... who was that? Was that Sleeping Beauty? There's a few of them. There's a few old hags out there that pretend to be nice old women and then offer to help the young, beautiful women, by whatever it is. She came with a spindle. There's another story that came with... because my brain isn't working correctly here, people, because I got so much fucking pressure in it. And I'm dizzy and I'm having to work. And I'm like, this morning... my son is getting ready to go to work at 6:30 in the morning, and all I can think about is my fucking wood, because he told me that I cannot hire anybody from the homeless shelter, because if I'm going to spend $600, because I'd go in, I was willing to spend the $600, people, on my overdraft, which is kind of like borrowing the money, just to speed up the process and make it more fluent, where, somebody is actually working with me outside, and I'll be like, you see that, this is where I need it. Can you help me to move it there, make it nice so that it's not a heat fucking score, versus trying to go out there now by myself, because my son's not going to work on the weekend because he's got something to do, even though the snow is still out there and it's still fucking freezing, right? And have to struggle with this shit by myself to go fucking hide it as I'm stealing my shit, people. That has not changed. Okay? So, I told him last night, I'm making arrangements to hire 2 fucking guys. I'm going to spend $600. That'll give us 3 days with 2 extra people out there fucking helping us. Right? So it's not all on your shoulders, so that you're not going to... I don't want you to get injured at work because you're being worked to death here from work and from whatever else is going on in this fucking yard, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, don't do that. If you're going to give anybody any money, you should be giving it to me. I'm already $1,500 in the hole. In other words, if he had to get paid for what he's done, he should have gotten at least $1,500 by now. And this is what I'm saying. Fucking take freaking all the time that I spent in this damn yard. Okay? From the time I fucking opened the door and realized what the yard was all about, and I got out there and I worked and had to put up with the fucking whip on my back here and there and everywhere. Okay? Out there basically by myself under unnormal routine circumstances all these years. You could put my fucking wage at $300,000, okay? My son is just at $1,500, right? Acting like I never did a fucking thing out there. Yeah, okay. No, give me the $600. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like I'm borrowing the money, man. Right? I need some of this wood. I'm still arguing over wood. Right? And now he's telling me not to put the pond in because he doesn't want it to be a fucking heat score. And I don't blame him, but then on the other hand, like I said, if I let Andre do it, he can have it for a fucking couple, 2-3 months, and if it doesn't work out, fucking take it apart. I don't give a shit. I'm more interested in my grandson establishing some fucking skills here, people, because they're being robbed. They're being taken away from him. These bastards that I'm fucking dealing with, all they want is another fucking street kid out there strung out on fucking drugs so they can call his number in when they need his organs. Shelly, I put your 3 posts that you just posted on What About the Pond video into my description box, because I don't trust fucking YouTube to let them go through. It looks like they did approve them. I approve them, but they're the ones that fucking hide them and delete them, and God knows what they do with them. So I put all 3 into the bottom of my description box, okay? With where, right? Because everything that you have to say is point on. point on. My fucking yard is fucking dangerous, people. They got energy weapons going through my fucking yard with people that creep my fucking yard. One year, I went out to the front, right? It was a few years back. I used to have this beautiful plant with the violets. You know those I know I'm jumping, okay? I'm jumping today. So anyway, with the violets and the monarch butterflies, really like that bush, that tree, right? It's kind of like a bushy tree, right? Somebody came and killed it. They fucking killed it, people. I don't think it was all Tamika. I honestly don't. I think my landlords with their sons have been creeping this yard off and on throughout the fucking yard. And I didn't even know fucking Tamika, in Julian Johnson's sister, in 2011, when somebody creeped my yard and put that fucking pig head wood stump in my fucking backyard in the middle of those river rocks. That was somebody that was already running their fucking energy weapons through this yard, getting fucking kickbacks from it, with some government agency doing their experiments. And that's just a fact, okay? So this shit, now that, I don't know. Again, Andres just thinks it's shadowing. I don't, but I think it's more than shadowing, because it looks like it's been, shadowing would be more, precise. There'd be more precision to shadowing. It'd be more of a, right? It wouldn't be like something was spilt over it and then just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like if you spill something, right? Or if you take a can of paint and you spray it on something, and if it's not level, the paint will run and it will start to pool. It'll go like in a circle, right? It will start to pool, and then it will just kind of spread out. And if there's something where it can, leach out on a corner here, it's going to leach out. This shit that I'm looking at here, like, I don't see very well. But honestly, I wouldn't put it past them, people. I wouldn't fucking put them past them to be spraying stupid shit in my yard, and because they're evil. You can't say it any other fucking way. So what was I talking before that? Oh yeah, this guy with his fucking cell phone. He working for the city, telling me to get rid of everything. Got my landlords all fucking geeked up saying the same damn thing. And they know it's theft, but they don't care, because they know they can get away with it. Because they got money with the city to fight it in court, assuming that I could even get it into court. And they got their little case with them coming here before, telling me to get rid of my wood, as I'm fighting to say, no, I need to fix the fucking fence. My son is saying, forget the fucking fence. It's completely almost rotten now. Don't even waste your time on the fucking fence. I guess some of the beams are starting to fall down. He doesn't want to fucking cement beams for them. We already did that in the back. We're in over there, and those ones are still fine. But I'm still thinking in my mind, okay, fine, granted, you don't have to cement no beams, but there's still a fucking few fences left around that can be with the boards going this way, the 2x4s or whatever, right? Because if I don't do it, people, it's not going to get done. And they're just going to fucking use that as an excuse. I'll phone and I'll say, such and such needs to be fixed. I won't even ask for the porch. I won't ask for the door. I won't ask for the fucking stairs. I won't ask for the fucking leaky stupid shit, right? I won't ask for those things. I'm not even going to ask for the fucking pipe in the back that fucking floods out the basement and the garage and everything. Because it's a waste of time fucking asking, right? All I do is get screamed at saying, well, you don't pay enough money. I want $3,500 a month. Click. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Before, it used to be just take it as is. If you don't like it, you can move. If you want it fixed, you fixed it. But now that they think that they have the right to, kick me out so they can get double the fucking money, $5,000 for this stupid house, feeding the next tenants a bunch of old okie dokie, one big fat fucking lie. They won't fix things unless it's absolutely necessary. But, this place is on a short leash now because, they're going to start building over here, which is why I turned on the camera. Because honestly, I just kind of want to start this little survey, and I thought I'd do it with you because I don't know how to start it, and my eyes are frying out because I do believe that guy that came to my fucking door, you know, he wanted me to see what was on that fucking cell phone. He handed me his cell phone, and he was trying, and I'm looking at it, and for all I know, these things are rigged with a little fucking, who knows, people, who knows, because you're dealing with unscrupulous people. Okay, individuals that have been altered. Some of them. Maybe not all of them, but some of them definitely have been. And that does not look like fucking shadowing. It's too, runny. There's no precision to it in terms of a shadow. So yeah, Shelley, you're probably right. There is probably something poisonous out in my fucking yard. Because they creep my yard, these people, these individuals. Right? And they have been over the years. They kill my shit. You know, they killed my violets. Because I guess they didn't like the way that it looked or something. You know? I don't know. So I think maybe I got zapped from that dude with his cell phone. Yeah, acting like, why haven't you gotten anything done yet? Well, I don't know. Have you looked around you? It's like fucking snow everywhere. Andre said it's been 2 weeks. I don't know when the snow came. I don't remember how many days. I'll have to count it, but it's still out there and it's still freezing. Hasn't started to melt yet. So, but this morning, like yesterday, I talked to my son about hiring these men, and he's like, no, if you're gonna pay, you know, you give me the $600, and I'm like, well, I'm borrowing the money, you know, it's not like I got fucking $600 on me, you know, oh, well, you know, no, and blah, 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 and I'm the captain now, and suck it up, and you do as I say, and, you know, and we're not putting in the pond, because, you know, to hell with Andre, and well, he won't learn to look after it, you know, and besides, it's going to be nothing but a fucking heat score, and I'm like, yeah, well, you don't want to bury up that sand, because, you know, yeah, well, I don't care about fucking sand, well, I'm just going to do this, and I mean, I'm like, shut up, man, don't do that, man. Why you wanna? And then he puts me down because I invested all this fucking time in this stupid yard, and I basically wasted my life, and therefore, because I wasted my life and I made the wrong choices, somehow I'm like less than nothing. I'm a piece of fucking shit for wasting my life in my landlord's yard because I made the wrong choices. I should have been thinking about how to make money so that I could buy my own fucking house. And we wouldn't be in this situation. I told him it wasn't like that. I told him that I wanted to move. I came across a video where I was talking about where I wanted to fucking move. Oh, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. When? I said, in 2011. I was already tired of this house by 2011. But all my kids were crying, no, stay. It's close to the SkyTrain. It's right in Surrey. All our friends are here. Blah, 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 blah. We don't want to move. We just came in and we don't want to uproot. I reminded him of that. Oh, he says, whoa. Yeah, well, a little fucking late now, right? Somebody had to do the fucking yard. Oh, I'm cleaning up your mess. No. You're not cleaning up my fucking mess. It's like, you know, right? Like, don't act like you're fucking knight in shining armor here when you had fucking years and years and years and years and years to come out and fucking help me and you never did. Right? I was the only one. And then what? Mother gets sick? Mother goes blind? Basically blind. Now I'm sick. Blind and sick. Before it was just going blind and then blind. And now I'm blind going sick. Right? And I don't think I'm going to last much longer, people. I don't, because fuck, I get up in the morning, and I'm like phoning him at 6:30 in the morning, over fucking wood. Are you sure you don't want me to get those guys? If you're not going to be out there for the fucking weekend, I can have these guys come fucking help me what I want, what I need, and not stress you out over it. Oh, no, don't do that. I'm the captain now. Fuck you, Mom. Oh my God, people. All right. Who's gonna come to my door next and fucking zap me? I'd like to know. Hell, I don't even need people to come to my door and fucking zap me. All I have to do is be on the inside or the outside of this house and you get zapped. If your fucking yard maybe isn't being sprayed with God knows something that's flowing out. That's not no fucking shadowing. You're right, Shelley. I think so. That's how they play. They play dirty pool. Because you're just something to harvest. If they can't get your money from you, they get your body parts from you. And they get off on fucking hurting you. So basically now, I need to focus on what's important here. Which is that little mini survey, right? The only thing is my eyes are getting worse, so I don't even know. But you see, that's the game. They gotta take me out faster because they know that if they don't fucking take me out, there is a good probability I will end up in court. I don't care if I lose or not. At least you'll be there, right? And you can maybe explain yourself, right? Right? It depends, I guess, how much you pay off the judge to throw it out, right? If you give him big bucks, he'll throw it out faster, right? Because that's how they play, people. So what is the title of this? I see, and I'm going through all these different pairs of glasses, and nothing is working. But I think I'm going to work on this. I think this is important. I think, oh, this may be a little better. My eyes are going like this, and they're blurry, and everything's getting whiter. With just the outline of things that stand out in terms of black. And I'm like, holy fuck, that dream that you had with your son is coming true, man. Right? Everything is getting fucking whiter with just, the outline of shit. Right? With him over there fucking ignoring you, doesn't want to talk to you because he's got his mind on other stupid shit. Yeah. And I'm like, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, do until you can't do no fucking more. I'll be a blind woman on the fucking street with my Uncle John's white cane with gray tape around it, sitting there on a fucking corner with a little freaking, I don't know, something, what is that called? Dual tang or something, asking people to sign up for a fucking class action lawsuit. Well, why are you sitting out here? Well, I don't know. So what should we call this little survey? So this is just a basic word pad. So I'm not looking for anything fancy here right now. I need to change the font because 11 is too small. So I'm going to put it at 14. I'm also going to put it so that I can see it. This is pathetic, people. Okay? So we're going to call it demolition. I don't know. Demolition, eviction, eviction. Well, probably should be eviction first. So let's do eviction first. Because they have to evict you before they can demolition your house, right? So, eviction. Oh my Lord. See, this is why I wouldn't do it with you for the whole thing. Eviction. Evictions, more than one. Evictions. Oh my Lord, what am I doing? Oh. Can't see. There, maybe if I turn on this light. Because I'm blind on this side, right? Can't see. You think this is funny, people? Do you think this shit's funny? This is what I have to fucking deal with. Trying to find a pair of fucking glasses that work for the moment in regards to whatever it is that I'm dealing with. And my landlords are laughing their asses off. Yeah. Because all they're thinking about is their rent increase once they get rid of me. Okay, so evictions, right? Comma. Demolitions, more than one. This is the title. Evictions, demolitions, I want to put gang stalking, but we'll put that in the questionnaire. Right? Evictions, demolitions, and property development. Hard to see, but what does it matter? Evictions, demolitions, and property development survey. It's just a little survey. Survey. All right. And then... Okay. So, what do? I don't know how to do a survey. I don't know what to say. Okay, why don't we try this? Please answer the questions if they relate to you. Okay? Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being... This is just a rough draft. Evicted from your home. Okay? Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the City of Surrey. This is just a rough draft. We can always tweak it, right? You have to add in the City of Surrey because they're the ones that get the extra quote unquote backup, whether it's financial funding through some portfolio through the provincial government to speed up the process to build more of these ghost buildings. And then call that property development for the betterment of the citizens of Surrey. The only problem is there's probably 50,000 up to maybe 200, well, 50,000, up to maybe 100,000 of individuals in the city of Surrey, which is a fairly large district, where whatever it is that these individuals are building as quote-unquote property developers in partnership with the city cannot afford to rent. That's the crutch. Okay. Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the city of Surrey has it's like abandoning them. The city of Surrey is abandoning the people who are being evicted from their homes because the people who are being evicted from their homes, many of them will not be able to afford anything else to rent. So what happens to them? Right? What, just simply move to a different district? Like my son is thinking like, well, if something fucking goes wrong out here, he's going to Langley. And he telling me like, well, to hell with whatever you got to say about living that far away because, you know, of Amari with the children's hospital. In case of an emergency, you got to go to children's hospital. The further you live out, right, out in the outskirts of, you know, the mainland, the harder it is to get him to the children's hospital, you know. And he's like, well, we need 2 independent suites because he knows him and his wife, me and his wife, we don't get along. But that's not because of me, people. That was because of the foot that she came in when she came in. That was her choice to attack me, not me attack her, right? I lost 2 daughters. Why wouldn't I be happy to have a nice person in my house with my son? I would be happy with that, but that's not what I got. I got the opposite. I got another fucking Julian Johnson, a freaking Austin Luck, Joan Duncan, all rolled into one. And my son is still fucking, I don't know. So, but he didn't want to look after me. Fuck no. Only out of duty. And what do I get? I'm the captain now! You don't get to say nothing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'll be sitting there and and then somebody will smack me and I'll like, who the fuck did that? Andre, come here. Did you hit me? No, Nana, it wasn't me. Well, who the fuck did it? Because I won't be able to see, right? If you're going to go as far as rob my shit and steal my shit and give my shit away and sold my shit and throw it in the garbage, why wouldn't you come and smack me later on in life when I can't fucking see you coming? So I don't know. Honest to God, people, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen to me. I really don't. Never mind Amari. Well, my landlords, they you know, they know, right? And right, all they got in their mind, like I said, they get rid of me. They make what $36,000 extra just by getting rid of me, so that they can double the fucking more than double the rent in this house. And that's free money. Sure, they pay their little taxes on it, but it's free fucking money. That just means more of them can fly off to India for the Vaisakhi parade. That's all. That's all that. It just pays for their fucking airplanes. Yeah. It buys organs for them when they need it. Being evicted from, what was his name? Dr. Barr. From the Surrey Memorial Hospital, that gynecologist who has his own operating team, who doted over a dead body for 9 fucking days as Shimei was laying there dead as a doornail, embalmed, after he took out what he wanted and then sold him to his fucking friends at the temple. Yeah. Only certain people can afford to pay for organs. Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the City of Surrey has implemented a district program where unaffordable housing units. Amari, stop it! Housing units are being built. Okay. Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the City of Surrey has implemented a district, I'm going to put district-wide program a district-wide program where unaffordable housing units are being built for foreign investors, are being built for foreign investors, new immigrants coming in to okay? Housing units are being built for foreign investors, new immigrants coming into the province with 3 levels of subsidies and other support systems. I have to think about it, right? Add more maybe. So let's just start from the beginning. Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the City of Surrey has implemented a district-wide program where unaffordable housing units are being built for foreign investors, new immigrants coming into the province with 3 governmental levels of subsidies, with 3 governmental, gotta add in that governmental, with 3 governmental levels of subsidies and other support systems where those new units can be utilized. Utilized. I wanted to say rented, but not everything will be rented because, the government and the federal government is trying to build in a program where they get the persons into the unit with some sort of scheme where they start the process of purchasing the unit under the scheme, where eventually the government will pull back And whatever they purchase, those individuals will be solely responsible for the repairs of those units as they deteriorate over time. And don't forget, a lot of these buildings are being built with Presto wood and plastic pipes and shoddy workmanship. But the government won't care about that, because by then, whatever scheme that they got those people moving in with to purchase those units with the assistance of the federal government, that contract will be over, and then the people living in those suites will be held to account to do major roof repairs, having to repipe the whole fucking wall system underneath. Who knows, right? Maybe the building will come falling down. What about this building over here with this leaky, bloody basement, right? Okay. So governmental levels of subsidies and other support systems. I'm going to put financial and other financial, because it's all politics when it comes to this shit. And other financial, as we, the Canadian people, like my family, and there's a lot of us, are being criminalized by the people like my landlords, the city, and those kind of people. They're criminalizing me, right? They're villainizing, they're making me the villain, blaming me for everything that went wrong in this yard for 14 fucking years, okay? So that they could build their case, so they can make their $36,000 extra on rent once they get rid of me. New immigrants, okay, coming into the province with 3 governmental levels of subsidies and other financial support systems, where those new units can be utilized for, hold on, I got an idea, utilized for, you hear the beep? 9:30 in the morning. Do you hear it? That's quality living in Surrey. Where the new units, the newly built units, we'll put newly built units, newly built units can be utilized for maximum profit, anyway, I'll worry about spelling after. For maximum profit, where property developers benefit as well as the City of Surrey and City of Surrey with tax revenues. Now that's an awful long sentence. It's almost like a run-on sentence, but whatever. Let's read it. And this is where I have to change glasses, because this is how I get dizzy, stay dizzy. Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the City of Surrey has implemented a district-wide program where unaffordable housing units are being built for foreign investors, new immigrants coming, for foreign investors, and for, because I'm being kind of specific here, and for because that's all who can afford it. People like my family, no fucking way. As if we'd go into a 2-bedroom fucking dinky little fucking half-built crock looking, I don't know what, and pay $3,700 for that. Yeah, okay, I don't think so. Even if we could afford it. But we can't, you see, that's the thing, because we've been priced out, because they're not being built for us, that's why. Okay, let's just see how fluent this reads. Please answer the questions if they relate to you concerning being evicted from your home for reasons where the City of Surrey has implemented a district-wide program where unaffordable housing units are being built for foreign investors and for new immigrants coming into the province with 3 governmental levels of financial subsidies and other support systems where those, okay, so let me fix this up, okay, coming into the province, into is one word, coming into, I'll just keep it separated, right, coming into the province where 3 financial governmental levels of subsidies and other support systems. Let me take out that one. Better to put the financial right in the front. Okay? And for new immigrants coming into the province with 3 financial governmental levels of subsidies and other support systems where those newly built units can be utilized for maximum profit, where property developers benefit as well as the City of Surrey with tax revenues. That's it. And because of that, they think they can just destroy lives. Because we're easy to replace and to criminalize and to make us out to be the villains. Yeah. So let me save this just in case. So the title of this survey is Evictions, Demolitions, and Property Development Survey. That's a good title, I would think. Right? We gave it a little introduction. Save as. Rich text. And what's going to happen here, and of course the mouse is flying around and I don't see it, right, because I don't know. I'm going to see if I can, after I get it figured out, I'm going to see if I can go to those 4 houses, or how many houses, or I don't know, over there that are going up for demolition through City Council to just fine-tune it. Or maybe they'll make another parking lot temporarily because it's convenient for them, like they did over there because they're too busy building over there. So, but once that building is done, then they'll start building over here, and then they're going to need parking. So don't be surprised if that one over there doesn't turn into a parking lot after they turn down all the fucking houses, tear down all the houses as they're working over here, as they're plotting and scheming how to fucking kill me and get me out of this house. Yeah. Because they're sure in the hell not fucking trying to help me, that's for sure. They're trying to harm and injure me, and they're hoping I'll just die and the problem will go away. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right. So we got that. I don't think I need to explain any more. I think I should just get right into the survey. I don't want to be wasting a lot of paper and ink on this, but I do want to be, you know. Okay, so I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do question number 1. Right? And I have to, you know, make it so I can read it in case I come into contact with somebody that's been here for 15 years as an immigrant long before this fucking corruption showed up, and they're caught up in this web just as much as I am, okay? Because not every immigrant coming into this country is corrupt. Not every immigrant coming into this country is connected to organized fucking crime here, okay? Many of these immigrants coming in, regardless from where they're coming from, are victims to this process as well. Yeah. Okay, so question number 1. What's the first question? Are you facing eviction in the near future? Are you... Now, should I... Because if I go on, I'm going to have to bring a magnifying glass with me. If I do it in caps, like if I make it in bold caps, it might be easier for me to see it. Let me see. Are you facing eviction in the near future? Can I read that? No, I don't know if I like that. Are you facing eviction in the near future? Well, it's a question though, so maybe I should leave it like that. And then we're just going to go yes or no. And I would just circle it, right? So we'll just go yes or no. Yes. No. All right. So there you just need to circle it. All right. And then we go down. I'm not sure if I like that font yet in terms of bold. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5. Oh, wait. 2. Number 2. What's the second question? Are you facing eviction in the near future? Yes or no? Well, actually, okay. How long? Now we need to get into a little history here, right? How long have you lived at your residence? Okay. How long have you lived at your residence? Some people are going to say 30 years. Some people are going to say 5 years. Some people are going to say 1 year. Some people are going to say 14 years, like me. Maybe some people might say 6 months. But it's important to know how long they've lived there for, and now they're facing eviction. They're not choosing to pick up and move. They're facing eviction. How long have you lived at your residence? Mari! Stop it! So if I put a dot here, then go like that, I'll go years. Then like that, another dot. I have to fake the funk with this shit. And then months. And then what I'm going to do, drop it down to number 3. Now we're into the third question. What's important here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're into the third question. All right. So how long have you lived at your residence? So I can go like this. I'll show you. And I'll underline it. I might need to make it a little more. All right. Oh no, we don't want caps there. We just want... Make it just a little wider. Give people enough room to write their answer. I'll show you. Right? 1. Are you facing eviction in the near future? Yes? No. You can circle. Right? I don't know yet. Number 2. How long have you lived at your residence? Number of years. Do you see how I did that? Number of months. So what's the next question? Go with your gut, right? Has your quality of living oh wait, I'm doing caps. I'm trying it with caps. I'll put while living at the residence. While, oops. While living at the residence, has your quality of living been... Well, you don't want to say good or bad. You need to give them more choices than that, right? Because, you know, oftentimes because these people who own these houses, or even if there isn't the excuse of the house being eventually demolished for property development, I mean, you're dealing with slum landlords fucking right across the board here in many instances where, you know, you rent a unit and your quality of living is very uncomfortable because you're dealing with sparking plugs and electrical outlets, sparking electrical outlets, leaky roofs for some people, you know, plumbing problems, whether they're minor or major, and that are perpetual, right? Take a long time to get fixed if they ever get fixed, or just whatever, and then throw in the gang stalking with the pressure of, you know, to kick people out so they can raise the rent. I mean, there's all kinds of different reasons why a person's quality of living while paying rent is disrupted and becomes very unhealthy, even dangerous in some instances, and hurtful, just whatever, right? So how do we word this down? While living at the residence, has your quality of living been... Well, this is where you go good, you give them a choice, right? So I'm going to drop that down. I'm going to drop that down, and then I'm going to, because I only got so much room here, because I'm doing caps, it tends to be taking up a fair amount of room, but that's fine. That's okay. This is just a rough draft. So we're going to do it the same way. We're going to do the dot. The easier we can make it for the people to answer the questionnaire, the better it is for, and as well as for me to be able to read it. So we do a dot, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just enough for a check, right? 6, 7. Some people like to print small. Some people like to do things big. Oops. 7. So okay. While living at the residence, has your quality of living been excellent? Give them a choice. Has it been excellent? Period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Oh my Lord. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so while living at the residence, has your quality of living been excellent? They'll be like, what do you mean by quality of living? So technically, I should put underneath that just a small description as to what I'm referring to when it comes to quality of living from a tenant's perspective. Okay? All right, so anyway, let's just continue this little part. Excellent, good, fair. That's a very broad term, you know, like this is not working out the way I'm thinking it should work out. Fair. I don't know. Excellent, good, fair. And also, too, for some people, like my neighbor over here that was in her house for 30 years, for the first, we'll say, 25 years, it was good for her, right? She had a homeowner that repaired things, and, you know, she made a beautiful yard with the amount of time that she lived there, and then as soon as the new homeowner bought all the houses for the purpose of property development, well, that's when things started to go sour, right? So this is where I have to maybe break it up into a two-part question when it comes to while living at the residence. For me, it was, I don't want to say it was bad when I moved in, because apparently it had a new furnace, which it didn't. But they advertised a new furnace, and these floors, these, you know, these, I don't know what they're imitation wood, right? And they did the windows, but they didn't do the sliding door, which is very dangerous now, and it's always been dangerous, but besides that point. But in terms of living here, I wouldn't put it as excellent. I would not put it as good. It's a cross between fair, in terms of, you know, eventually she fixed the electrical outlets. Eventually the plumbing got done, right? And you know, and she eventually did change the water tank, and my landlord, Mr. Deal, did come with a new wash machine at one point, you know, like, so there, you know, that makes it where it's fair. Not fair in terms of if it's fair, but, you know, it's not good. It wasn't good because I struggled with so many other, I struggled with the leaky porch, I struggled with the fucking electrical outlets, I struggled with the plumbing, and I continue to this day still struggle with the plumbing. And then, you know, with the insults, you don't like it, you know, take it as is. If you don't like it, you can move. I'm not fixing things if you want. Just, those are like forms of insult and gaslighting, and just, you know, so I would put it at fair to, I don't know how to say bad without using the word bad, because I don't want to paint it as bad, but it gets to the point where it becomes bad. Like where I'm at right now, and this isn't the first time I've been in this situation. Only now they're more vicious about it, because these people that do this, these individuals, fuck the people, okay? These individuals that do this kind of stuff, they've gotten comfortable with committing crimes against other people for profit. And they don't even see it as crime. They see it as good business, because they're in partnership with city municipalities. You know, they've got the backing of the province to cover their asses if it ever goes to court, right? Same thing with the city, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, where does that put you? It puts you in a bad state. Excellent, good. And this is, you know, again, you got to break it. You got to, like, you know, you have to think about my neighbor over there being in a house, we'll just say 30 years. And the first 25 years were good. And then the last 5 years at age 76 has become a full out blown fucking nightmare for her, because now she's being evicted from her home that she's been in for 30 years and invested a whole lot of money and time into that yard where she's been a rental, you know, as a renter, right? And and the city has no, they're not offering her to house her. They don't care where she goes. These property developers, whoever, the fucking city bylaws, they don't care where she goes. And she's 76 years old, people. And it's not like she has a son like me. And even then, what do I get if my son's a brute? You know, is it good for me to be with my son after the fact? I mean, right? I know my son loves me and he's trying to protect me, but at the end of the day, I'll be sitting there blind as a bat, can't see shit, and then whack, all of a sudden I'll be like, who the fuck hit me? And all they have to do is stay quiet and say nothing in terms of who I'm living with. Because my son, quote unquote, trying to protect me, but yet at the same time, we know that girl downstairs doesn't like me for whatever fucking sick reason. Never did anything to her. as if I could fully trust her to care about me. She doesn't want my son to be around me, people, because if that was the case, she would have been fucking nicer to me and fucking work with me on things as a, girl on girl. Right? Instead, she came in as an enemy. And my son knows it. And he's like, well, gee, Mom, if we move from here, we'll have to get 2 separate suites. It's just going to have to be that way. Well, I wonder why, son. Because 2 cats will fucking kill each other. The only thing is, your cat will kill me. She's been out to get me ever since she fucking moved in. And she now got her mother fucking helping her. Like, what the hell? But at least I got a son that's still willing to try and protect me. My neighbor, 76 years old, has nothing. Nobody to help her. Okay, so let's stay focused. Excellent, good, fair. This is where you need a thesaurus. Because it's not, I don't want to say bad. But it's bad. Right? It's been hard. Hard is not, that's not descriptive enough. Excellent, good, fair. I could just put the word hard. Why don't we just type in the word hard for now? And then I'll see if I can find a thesaurus and find a word that's maybe a little better to describe living in discomfort because your landlords are negligent. Hard. And then technically you should go extremely hard. Yeah, because in my case, it'd be extremely hard because of the yard. And it's getting harder and harder because these people are becoming more and more vicious about it. Yeah. They're becoming more and more vicious about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As they bring in more gang stalkers to help them. And then I'll just put extremely hard. Now, but this is a 2-part question, right? Because you have to be able to give people the opportunity to say, for the first 25 years, it was good. Everything was normal. I wasn't being harassed to get out of the house because somebody was trying to make mad money. Right? In terms of why pay $1,000 a month in rent when you can get $4,000 a month? Because you have to remember, my neighbor is locked into the past. In other words, she's paying lower rent than what the corruption has allowed to bring it up to in regards to if she's paying $1,000 a month for the upper floor, and the people downstairs are just say, like me, paying $1,000 for the downstairs, right? But they can get $5,000 for that house, just like they can get $5,000 from this house. If they kick us out, that's a 300% profit margin, or not 300%, but it's more than double, right? And it doesn't cost them anything outside of the initial investment to evict the tenant, right? And because they're already on the bandwagon of not really fixing things in a timely manner, if they ever fix things, because sometimes they just don't, and years and years and years will go by, like with me with that sliding window, has never gotten fixed, and it will never get fixed. Even if they were to get rid of me and had new people move in, and the new people complained, they would only go through the motions to make it look like they were going to fix it, but at the end, when it came down to actually doing it, they'd pull out and they'd come with another excuse as to why they won't, because they'll never fix that fucking door, because they've had 14 years to do it. And if you notice, when they changed the windows, they never did change the door. And then within a year of the new tenants, after moving in here, complaining about that door, because my landlords operate on, well, if you don't like it, you can move. I mean, it won't be long before those tenants will be listening to that shit. Yeah. And because they'll be afraid to move, because they can't afford to move, they'll put up with the abuse and the insults and the gaslighting. Yeah. So it just repeats itself, right? So, okay, while living at the residence, has your quality of living been excellent, good, fair, hard, extremely hard? All right. And then what we need to do is I'm not going to, I kind of want to leave a space. See, I can't even see the mouse. Oh my God. I want to leave a space to write something, but I don't think, I think we need to focus. One, two, three, four. Where is it? 5. Okay. See, I have to count things because I don't know how to use the tabs and shit. That's my problem. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that when it prints out, everything's kind of lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I used to do web pages. I'd be counting like this. It was such a hassle. It was the only way. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be question number 4. Okay. Question number 4. Because if it's been excellent, they would just put a check. Excellent. Right? And I'm going to run the lines. I'm going to underline these. Okay, I can do this. We know I'm going blind. It's just a matter of time where I really won't be able to see shit. But God's given me enough time to do a little something anyway. I have to do my part. Right? This is my part, people. This is me fighting a good fucking fight. My son cuts me up for it. He calls me foolish. He tells me I'm wasting my time. Calls me an idiot. He says I should have learnt my lesson by now, that I'll never win. Seriously. Yeah. But regardless of that, so we're going to draw a line. We're going to underline it. Alright, I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So, it's not what I want. You have to make it easy for people to see it. Right? Easy to see it, easy to read it. You need to be able to help them to read it if they can't. Which will be hard, but it's a life or death situation. right? At least I'm doing it, right? At least I'm trying, right? And I will take this out onto the streets in the springtime. Assuming that I don't get taken out before then. Yeah, and you can thank my landlords for that one. And the City of Surrey. Yeah. All right, so all they have to do is go which one. And then number 4. So while living at the residence has, oh, I need to save this just in case. All right, always save your work as you're going because you never know when your computer will blink out. And then you have to start all over again if you didn't save it. Okay. 1, 2. All right. And of course I got OCD, so you know. 1, 2. Actually, I don't have to go 2, just 1. Okay, so 4. So what's now? Now, number 4 has to accent number 3, right? We need to be able to give people a chance to pinpoint a shift when all of a sudden, out of the blue, over a period of a short time, within a few years, they started being treated like shit. Worse than they were treated before. If they were under extreme, it was extremely hard to live here. Because it's always been extremely hard for me to live here, people. Just by the very fact of the yard, the sparking fucking electrical outlets, the fucking leaky pipes, outside, out, inside, underneath the sink, fucking above the sink. It didn't matter, right? Like, whatever. Just whatever. So, for me, I'm going to put extremely hard. Right? I don't care what my landlords say if they think that it was a nice, easy fucking cakewalk living in this house. No, 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 no. With their leaky porch and everything that, no. And then it just got harder and harder. And of course, I'm trapped because of the politics. There's no escape because I'm being told I will own nothing, right? That I am required to give away my shit and get the fuck out. And I will never have anything. Like, what the fuck? While living at the residence, has your quality of living been excellent, good, fair, hard, extremely hard? Okay? Was there... Oh no, we're doing caps. And I do like caps better. I can see that better. Was... there a change? Was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant? Was there a change in how your landlord treated you? Because I can't say that, okay, we know that my landlords got stuck in their ways. You don't like it, you can move. Take it as is. Sounded like a broken record. I wasn't the first person and the last person that they said those things to in terms of a landlord talking to a tenant that was requesting things to be fixed. Because it was just a means not to fix things so they could keep money to go build their monster home and their gazebos and go buy another house and if need be some fucking organs on the black market. Okay? And if it's not them buying the organs on the black market, it's somebody within their fucking family, okay? Or their neighbors that go to the Vaisakhi parade just like they do because they're Punjabis. And that's just a fact, okay? Not to mention everything else that they fucking purchase with this money that they hoard, if you want to call it that, as they don't fix their residences in a timely manner, if at all, depending on what needs to be fixed, because it's just a means to save money and get rich. And we know that. And that problem was like that when I was 10 years old, 8 years old. They had that mentality then. Now they're just completely off the hook. Was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant Was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant once the City of Surrey started to build, I don't want to call them luxury condos, people, because they're not. I am not going to myself personally mislabel these buildings. I am not going to falsely advertise shoddy fucking buildings that is creating mass homelessness to boot and killing people as other lives get completely destroyed. So I don't want to put the word luxury, because there's nothing luxury about what's going on. So, was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant once the City of Surrey, let me move this up, once the City of Surrey why does that not want to move? City of Surrey I guess. Now it's doing its own thing. Was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant once the City of Surrey started to build once the city started because it started in what? They were talking about shit in 2012, but I already read you an article from City Housing, whatever, a few videos back, where the development of what we're seeing now started to creep in 2016 and 2018 as the province was bringing in tens of thousands of immigrants and scattering them out into various districts, telling those districts, the city municipalities, to house them. And that started in 2016, between 16 and 18. So, okay. So was there a change in how your landlord, because, right, me, it's always been a shit fest. You don't like it, you can fucking move. Kids, my landlord's telling me in 2011 to get, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. I'm not fixing the leaky pipes underneath the kitchen sink. If you don't like it, you can move. Okay, kids, I want to move. No, we can't, Mom. We're close to the SkyTrain. We're close to our schools. We're, all our friends are out here. We need to stay. You can't afford to move, Mom. You just spent a whole bunch of money. We're tired. Stay, 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 Mom. Yeah, I know, but the landlord's not fixing shit. Look at the fucking yard. Nobody's helping me. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, Mom. So I stayed. So I'm not like my neighbor. I'm not where I came in and I was treated fairly with respect. Okay? I was fucking gaslighted as soon as I asked her to fucking fix the electrical outlets. It was game on. Where my neighbor over there in her house for 30 years renting, she didn't start getting harassed to where now she's facing eviction until the new property owner bought it for the specific reason to tear down all those houses, kick out multiple families, and build something that nobody can afford. That's what we're battling. That's the beast, people, that we're battling here. It's a fucking beast with a whole bunch of babies. My landlords are the beast's babies. The City of Surrey and their workers are the babies to the beast. Was there, and that's why many of them just don't believe in God. Because they're the babies to the beast. All right, so let's stay focused. We know the numbers, 2016, 2018, and I can almost guarantee you, if I write down those numbers, which I'm going to, it will trigger people's memories as to when their landlords really started to treat them like shit. Compared to being decent. Maybe they weren't perfect as a landlord, but they were fucking decent. Right? My neighbor had a decent landlord for 25 years until the new guy, who's a Chinese guy, showed up at the block with his beastie babies and treats her like shit. Was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant once the City of Surrey started to build, started to implement, started to implement a district-wide started to implement a district-wide building I want to say boom, but I like, right? It's a building, a district-wide building initiative where housing stock, because that's what they call it, housing stock, right? Was there a change in how your landlord treated you as a tenant once the City of Surrey started to implement a district-wide building initiative where housing stock where building